A $1 million tattoo right there.
Yeah. It sounds
Bro.
crazy when you say it like that. Yeah.
That's a trip, bro.
Yeah.
But you are a big Pokemon collector.
Yes.
How many cards and what is the value of your collection today?
Millions, bro. I don't even.
For real?
Yeah.
Millions of dollars in Pokemon cards. Let's go. Is that funny to say out loud? You're like, yeah, I got millions of dollars in Pokemon cards.
Yeah. I've always loved Pokemon, and like I've always wanted that. You know, I've always wanted to have the cards that I have now, and I feel like that's another way of me fulfilling my childhood dreams, is finally giving myself a Pokemon card collection I could never have as a kid. And yeah, I love Pokemon, and I've always loved Pokemon. I'm not like a reseller. I've never sold, like I've never like gone out and like sold my collection. I collect it to keep it because that's what I've always wanted. And the way I see it, I know a lot of every single person I know has money, you know, at varying amounts. And I know a lot of people with a lot of money, but I don't know anyone with that first edition Shadowless Chairzard, bro.
Oh, let's go. I don't know what that is, but it sounds lucrative. It
That's
sounds
that
very,
one, man.
very valuable.
Yes, that's the most valuable one in my collection right now. I just saw Logan Paul bought one for $1 million not too long ago.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How much did you buy it for? Would you just luck out?
It's the craziest thing. I lucked out. I did a tattoo for it. That is probably the most valuable, like the most expensive tattoo ever done, actually. This dude was trying to get tattooed by me for a couple years, and I had turned down his inquiry 3 years in a row. And he wanted a memorial piece for his grandpa, but I don't do memorial pieces. Like if it's a portrait, it has to be of like someone that I want to do it of, you know. And so I turned down his inquiry a couple times, and I had done an Instagram story where someone's like, "What's your biggest fantasy?" Like trying to get like, you know, a sexy answer out of me. I was like, my biggest fantasy is if someone gave me a first edition Shadowless base set Charizard. And this dude slides in my DMs. He's like, I have that. And I just happened to see his DM. I was like, no way. And so I was like, just prove it. Sends me a picture of a video, and he had it. It was real. And I was like, and so he's like, I've been trying to get tattooed by you for years. You always say no to my requests. I'll give you this card for a tattoo. And I was like, bro, do you know how much that's worth? You could go sell that and go get your whole body tattooed by someone. He's like, but I want you to do it. And I was like, no way. He's like, and I know this is the only way that I can convince you to do my tattoo. I was like, if you're serious, I'll love to. And he's like, okay, I'll mail it out. And I was like, no, you cannot put that thing in the mail. You have to come here in person and like show me that. Like, you cannot put that in the mail. So he drove out the next day from Denver, Colorado with his wife and kids, and he brought that card, and it was real, and we did the trade.
Did you validate it and everything? How do you get those validated?
So there's a bunch of companies out there that you can send it in, and they'll grade it and all that stuff. And so